There were subtle things that the narcissist did in the beginning to manipulate you. They would disguise disrespect as a joke. They would say certain things like, you'll be like, does this make me look fat? They'd be like, yeah, it makes you look big as a house. Or, you know, are you starting to let yourself go? I don't know. No, I'm just joking. Like, they would say things like that. They're testing your level um of this. They're testing your level of tolerance to see how much you'll tolerate, how much you'll deal with before stop it. And after a while, by the time you realize what really is going on, they've been doing it for quite a while, and it just becomes normal. And then they'll even go back and say to you, well, you haven't said anything all this time, what, you can't take a joke now, all of a sudden you sensitive. Before we get into this, do me a favor, hit that like button, follow me, and share it out to somebody. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel where we go deeper into the thoughts and minds of narcissists. And this is presented to you by the Healing Room Journey. So let's go. Narcissists, from the very beginning, they always test the water. They always, sometimes even the first time, they'll do things like, I remember my ex showed up to, a dinner that I really didn't even want to go to, but I ended up going. And he showed up, and I didn't find out until after we were married that he only had $20 when we went to the dinner. I said to him, I say, what if I would have ordered more? I just wanted got an appetizer and stuff because I was just, I really wasn't all that interested. So he said, I don't know, so they're testing. And he started testing to see my tolerance of his different deception, manipulation. So when things came and it was time to buy different things for the home, vehicles, things like that, he was always trying to get me to downgrade. He said, and I think back to that moment from the first date when he came out with $20. And this is no disrespect to anybody who, doesn't have a lot of money to spend on dates and things. I get it. But this was different. He was testing me. And we had a lot of problems over the years because he continued, and he would say things like, well, you knew this about me. You knew I was only going to earn so much. You knew I was only going to be able to do so much. And, so they were testing you. Be careful. Pay attention to things that narcissistic people are saying to you. And even if it's somebody that's toxic and you're not sure if they narcissist or not, pay attention to what people are saying to you. A lot of times they are testing you to see how far they can go with you. Just know that you are worthy and you don't deserve the disrespect. Do me a favor. Take care of yourself. It is so important because you are worthy.